What is up, guys? It is John from Side Hustle Experiment. Today's video, I'm going over everything I've learned the last year, the good, the bad, the ugly, starting a business, making content, all that stuff. Tomorrow is my birthday. It falls at a great time because it's halfway through the year. So I kind of always say that on my birthday is when I start my year. So I'm going to kind of recap, go back, what happened in the business, mistakes I made, good decisions I made, everything in between. I know a lot of you are in different parts of your journey, so I kind of want to share my journey with you. If you are new to the channel, please like the video. Really trying to get to 3,000 subscribers. It would mean the world to me. And let's just get into it. So last year, I would say I'm calling it the lost year, and the year of chasing shiny objects. I totally lost focus last year, or the last 12 months rather. I made a huge bunch of changes. That's part of the reason why. So first and foremost, last year on my birthday, I made the decision to stop doing bulk books. So the last delivery of bulk books was, I think, the week after my birthday. After that, I said I am no longer doing bulk books. I got rid of my warehouse in February. And called it quits to do online arbitrage full time. What I learned doing bulk books is I started doing bulk books because I really liked doing books, Amazon FBA. It's a great model. You get the inventory really cheap. Some cons of that though is it's a lot of volume. There's a lot of unique SKUs. So you're not getting 10 of one thing, you're getting 10 different books. They all weigh different shapes and sizes. And for me, you have to really do merchant fulfilled. I was also doing eBay, selling rare books, and that's just not what I wanted to do. Doing merchant fulfilled books was just not for me. Sending out 30, 40, 50 books every morning. Definitely not what I wanted to be doing. It was just a logistical nightmare for me, and I really wanted to do books FBA. And for me, I decided to make the pivot because I saw a lot more opportunity in online arbitrage. And while everyone right now is saying it's saturated, I've kind of never been more bullish on it. I just think there's a ton of opportunity out there. The low-hanging fruit isn't there anymore, but there is a ton of fruit out there. You just have to climb a little higher on the tree to go get it. So that was the number one biggest change. Got out of bulk books, moved out of my warehouse. So that's like a neutral. The second one, this is a good one. I had my first fourth quarter full-time online arbitrage. Was able to do 120,000 in sales, about 25K profit. Super awesome. That was my first taste of a true Q4 doing online arbitrage. Learned a ton and can't wait for this Q4. That was probably one of the biggest eye-openers for me was, wow, there is a ton of opportunity during Q4 when it comes to online arbitrage, even for just anything and everything. And I am super excited for this one. And I guess for that one, I don't really have any tips. I mean, I think just jump all in, go through everything you bought in the past, see if it's profitable. Usually more of that stuff is selling for more. Shop your favorite stores. A ton of them have sales. All of them are running sales like 24/7. So be on those websites. Q4 is right around the corner. Crazy to say that, but it is, and I cannot wait. Next one. I lost about $5,000 worth of inventory with a prep center. I didn't do my homework, picked a bad prep center, everything went well for the first 6 weeks. No issues. Stuff was getting out fast. They were even sending out 2 shipments sometimes. Then I think they just got overcrowded, and then I didn't hear from them for like 6 to 8 weeks. So I had about, I don't know, $10,000-$20,000 worth of inventory there, and I had to call the police to do a wellness check to see what was going on there. Eventually got them to make a shipment, but like half the stuff was missing, or it was just such a mess. So yeah, lesson learned there. Definitely got to ask these prep centers questions. I have a whole video. If you Google Side Hustle Experiment prep center questions, I have 10 questions that I ask. And yeah, definitely a prep center is a game changer, but the wrong prep center could really screw you over. What else we got here? So some other positive things I guess we'll do around content, then I'll give some more business. One, I got to interview Reezy Resells. He's the one who got me started in the game. He's the OG. That was really cool. We ended up talking for about an hour and a half. Go check out that video. He talked about the future of online arbitrage, how he got started. So much good stuff in there. I launched a Discord and a coaching bootcamp. This was the part of chasing shiny objects. Everyone has a Discord now, and when I started it back in January, you know, everyone else was coming. I like doing the Discord, but the reason, obviously I started to help people and had a partner, but at the end of the day, it's not what I wanted. Maybe down the line in a different situation or whatever, I would do it again, but the circumstance would have to be much differently. Same with doing a boot camp. I just realized that coaching format, while we did help everyone who came through it, the format just wasn't a great format in my opinion. So I didn't want to do that anymore, and I have some other ideas in mind. Not anytime soon, but it's more just for content. And yeah, that was kind of one of those things when I talk about chasing shiny objects, those were definitely one of them. Everyone was doing coaching, everyone's doing Discord, everyone was telling me you're leaving money on the table by not coaching, by not having a Discord, by not having a paid this and a paid that. And I just rushed into something because everyone was saying that we had to do this and you're ready for this and all this other stuff. And to be honest, we did a good job, but I just didn't think it through enough. And yeah, it turned out I ended up just walking away from everything, handing it over to my partner. And yeah, now I don't do that anymore. I spoke at my first conference in Miami. That was a ton of fun. Shared my story about, you know, how I was suicidal, suffer from depression, have ADHD, all that stuff. I want to work in that message more because it's not like that stuff goes away. I mean, I live with it every day, obviously. You know, much better now. If you want to see that talk, it is the pinned video on my channel. But yeah, definitely, I think there's a lot of people out there, that are going through tough times, and it kills me because, I mean, I've been there, I've been in some of the toughest times, and, you know, there's help out there. You know, reach out to people, lean on them. You know, Amazon is stressful. It can be very stressful. It's a business. It is not passive sit on the beach. It's a business that requires leveraging lots of capital, you know, lots of lost inventory, lots of prep center issues. There's just lots of issues. It's not always so rosy, I guess you could say, but definitely want to kind of incorporate more of that into this channel because I think it could help a lot of people. And a lot of people have reached out to me asking me to talk about that more and kind of how I go about my day-to-day with that. This one I started, I guess, it's a podcast, but with FBA Michaela. So we've been going live every Friday, just talking, keeping it real. The last episode everyone really liked, so go check that out. If you go on YouTube and hit the live tab on my profile, you'll see all of them. There's also a playlist. It's called the FBA Happy Hour. We have some big plans for that coming up. So be on the lookout for that. I am really, really excited about that, getting that going. The second thing is I am working on something else with someone I met on Twitter. Kind of crazy. It all came full circle. Not ready to talk about that yet, but I am really excited about that. One of the things that this is going to change this year is I'm only going to work on things I am really excited about. Really excited about the podcast. Really excited about this project I'm working on with someone else. Really am excited about online arbitrage, getting back to the basics and kind of sourcing totally different, not just doing the normal reverse sourcing, just really changing everything up. It's working really well for me. I've also come to the conclusion I do not want to be the biggest Amazon seller. I think I've kind of talked about that, but I'd rather do, I don't know, call it 60-ish plus K, 80K, maybe 100K, cap out right about there, with the exception of Q4, and really just focus making content, helping you guys more. This is what I enjoy the most, and that is probably the hardest pill to swallow, because there's a lot of stigma around saying stuff like that, because they'll be like, oh, you sold out because you can't sell on Amazon, or you just want to coach, or you just want to make product or whatever. And it's like, no, not really. This is just what I enjoy doing the most. And that is why I left my corporate job, to do what I enjoy the most. Yes. Do I like doing online arbitrage? Yeah, of course. But I like doing this more. So I'll be doing more, hopefully getting back to a consistent YouTube schedule. I know it's been all over the place. So thanks for sticking in there. But I have some fun stuff coming up. And yeah, that is kind of what will be kind of the path forward for me. And I'm not going to feel bad about it. I felt like, I don't do that much in sales, or, it's doing 50K. That's someone's salary. That's a lot of money. Especially not selling items that aren't getting returned. That's a whole different story. Higher margin stuff, stuff that's much harder to find, but definitely stuff that is worth it. What else do I have on this list? I guess the two more things. I would say for me, it's going deeper on relationships. I talk a lot about networking and how important networking is. But this year, I've been going a lot deeper on the relationships I've built. While I'm always looking to talk to new people, get to know other people and all that stuff, and try their softwares and all that stuff, I'm kind of just trying to really build more on, like I said, the things I'm excited about. And eventually, right, you could only take on so much, only do so many Zoom calls, only connect with so many people. And I love doing it, and I love going to conferences. So yeah, definitely going deeper on the stuff and the people that I jive with. And really, that is going to be a big thing for me. Just, yeah, going much deeper on relationships and people that I'm really driving with. And I would say the fourth one, like I'm doing numbers here. The last one would be just playing my own game. I've this year got kind of lost, like I said before, chasing making a Discord, chasing social media stuff. Like, I wasn't on Twitter, now I'm on Twitter, and like the things that get reach on Twitter is calling people out, and I really don't like doing that. Stuff like that. And I'm just tired of chasing, and I'm tired of like policing. the bad actors out there, as people would call it. That is kind of one of the saddest parts. I didn't know if I would say this, but I will say it. I honestly think just no one cares. Like, that might have came out wrong. But in terms of building a profitable business, a lot of people just care about orange bars. That's what got me in the game. I'm not going to lie about that. I saw people doing orange bars. I'm like, oh, even if I get 10% of that, that would be amazing. Or 20% or 30% of that. But a lot of focus is just on kind of garbage. Oh, like, there's a price error on this website, and everyone, they promote it to like promote their thing, and then it turns out like no one can check out the item. So stuff like that I don't like, but it's not on me. It's like on other people to do their homework, to use common sense. I'm just going to put out the content I think will be helpful for other people based on my experience in business. That's another way I got caught up. Instead of trying to make these amazing videos, obviously I want to make amazing videos for you guys, but like the scripting and all that stuff just doesn't work for me. I have to be sitting here, not that they're all going to be in the car, but it's just for me, just kind of talking, jotting down notes on a random yellow page, and just kind of talking about what's on my mind or something that happened. I find that to be or people have told me those have been the most helpful videos. So I'm going to focus on that. It's not great for channel growth and subscribers, because I'm not doing like, oh, like I found $1,000 in 10 minutes. I'm not going to be doing stuff like that. But I don't care. I'd rather grow it slow, build a tight community, help you guys out as much as I can, and go from there. So looking really forward to this next year, finishing the year strong on kind of my terms. And that's kind of one of the things why I created, Side Hustle Experiment and the Amazon business, was to live life on my terms. And I spent a lot of last year kind of not doing that, chasing stuff, and just not that I wasn't true to myself, but I don't know. It's hard to explain. But this year, really excited about what I have coming up. The podcast is going to be awesome. The special project I'm working on with a friend. Really going back to basics with the Amazon online arbitrage store, and then coming up with, new content and different ways to help you guys actually make money selling on Amazon. So with that being said, like, subscribe, leave a comment, your thoughts, and I'll see you guys in the next video.